Well, the National Council of Churches of Kenya is sounding the alarm, warning that the country is edging toward economic collapse due to what it terms as poor leadership and rising national debt. NTV's Rukia Bule reports that NCCK is concerned about the country's trajectory and wants the government to urgently address issues to do with governance and the high cost of living.
A stern warning from church leaders today: Kenya's economy is not doing well and leaders must be held to account. The National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, warns that the country is sinking under poor leadership.
In every survey we have assessed, more than 85% of the residents in Nairobi and Kiambu counties are depressed and unhappy. They are unhappy with the cost of living being their biggest mental challenge, as they feel poorer than they were last year. As a result, 78% rate a performance of the government as below average and poor.
The council says the national debt is spiraling out of hand, and now NCCK is calling for a full audit by the Auditor General. But that is not all. NCCK is also demanding an audit of the housing levy, claiming that a project meant to help ordinary Kenyans has turned into a playground for government elites.
The biggest economic problem facing our country is the borrowing public debt, which currently stands at Kenya shillings 12.6 trillion, with a debt to GDP ratio of 67.3%. It is a greatest tragedy that much of this debt has been taken illegally without the approval of the parliament as is required by the law.
On elections, the council wants the IEBC to explain why it is collecting extensive biometric data from new voters and to strengthen outreach in rural areas, saying thousands of eligible young voters risk being left out.
We demand that the IEBC devolve the voter registration centers to the ward and polling station levels. We must not use distance to block Kenyans from accessing their constitutional right.
The council also wants the government to ensure Kenyans who are experiencing harassment in foreign countries are safely brought home.
The government can boast about is trafficking Kenyans to the Middle East to be exploited and tortured as manual workers. Why is the government killing industries and businesses in Kenya so as to impoverish the people, then send them to slavery?
We call upon the Auditor General to undertake a thorough independent audit of the affordable housing levy. How much money has the government collected from the people of Kenya? Where is the money and what has been done with it? How many houses have been built and to whom have these houses been sold to?
The council insists the country needs answers, audits and action, not promises, if Kenya is to regain its footing. Rukia Bule, NTV.